Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man, giving you the truth, and I want to start out with a very quick video. I want to talk about the Packers again. Like, what they just did just don't make sense to me. Like, I sit and think about stuff after I talk about it because I'm the type that I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. But I wanted to add a new angle to what just happened. I talked to y'all sometime about how Rodgers, I noticed that every time he does a good play, he goes and sits right next to Jordan Love. Like, that's kind of like a hazing thing. But what they just did with Davante Adams, it just doesn't make sense. Like, now I'm born and raised in Wisconsin. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay? Went to school here, graduated from here. I've been all through a lot of the suburbs. I've experienced the indifference from some. I'm not going to say it's all. Like, a lot of these people are nice. They don't care either way. Like, I'm not one of those people that thinks that every white person is just super racist and this, that, and the other. But some of them don't cease to amaze me. Like, with the whole Jordan Love thing. For those of you who don't know, Jordan Love is biracial, and the Packers have never had a black quarterback, from my understanding, for an extensive period of time. Now, people talk about how racist Texas is, but they love Dak down there. I lived in Texas for 3 years. Like, Texas people love Dak Prescott. And I don't believe Dak Prescott, he might be biracial, but when they have a problem with Dak Prescott, it's not because he's black, it's because of how he plays. Like, it's like in Texas, like, you got racists down there, don't get me wrong. You know, I was called the N-word on one occasion. And I had a delivery to a bar. The guy called me an N-word. What that ninja doing in here? I made a little stupid noise. He fit the stereotype. I know I got some teeth missing, slanted, crooked, but this guy fit the stereotype. He had something just flat out missing. He make my grill look like it's been repaired for $10,000. And he called me a ninja. But for the most part, like, I would say that in Texas, a lot of the whites down there are more comfortable around blacks. What do I mean by that? Like, here in this area, like, if you take your kids to the park, a lot of them will leave. They'll think you're going to start trouble. Your kids going to try to beat up their kids, so on and so forth. And I get a lot of it because I'm the truth, man. A lot of these black people here, they just be on BS. That's just a fact. But it's starting to seem like it's a racist thing with Jordan Love, because here's why I say this. If this is about interceptions and incomplete passes, then why do you give Rodgers $50 million for cleanly missing that wide open pass downfield to St. Brown and forcing it to Davante Adams? Why do you have Favre for so long? All the interceptions he threw. And when I was little, we had a quarterback named Lynn Dickey. Lynn Dickey, I watched him lose a lot of games. Like, he would carve people through the air. Like, one game he'll throw for 400 yards. The next game he'll throw for 3 interceptions. But he was the quarterback for a while. Same thing with Don Majkowski. I mean, Don Majkowski made some plays, but he did some boneheaded stuff too. You know, I mean, and it goes on and on and on. So how do you draft a quarterback? A quarterback is good enough for you to draft in the first round, but not good enough for you to give him some time to show you what he got. The Packers should have traded Rodgers, and it's showing right now. They should have traded him because, like I said yesterday, they could have had like 3 or 4 number 1 picks to build around their young quarterback that they sacrificed a first-round draft pick to get. And now you're going into the season. Now, Allen Lazard is good. I think he's very good. I think I would have rather saw him with Jordan Love than Rodgers, though. Because I've seen Rodgers intentionally not passing to Allen Lazard. So I don't know what their relationship is or whatever. He did go to a Halloween party with Rodgers. But what does that mean? You know, I would have wanted to see you let Jordan Love play. If he has a bad game, just keep handing it off to those 2 beasts you got in the backfield. Aaron Jones and Dillon, just keep rotating them in, just pounding people. Pound them. 20 carries apiece, 25 carries apiece. But they're black. They're, you know, it's starting to be very suspicious. It's starting to be, see, you know why, one of the reasons why Brady is so good? Because Brady, let's say Brady was racist. Brady cares more about winning. I mean, he cares about winning. Brady done had black guys with the ruffled hair that act black, if there's a such thing, like Antonio Brown living in his house. I mean, come on now. This is why, like, I'm telling you how a lot of black fans in Wisconsin, in this area. I used to work with a guy. I used to work downtown at the sewage district. And I used to always talk to this one guy named Floyd. Floyd stopped being a Packer fan. And one of my, the job I just worked, some of them stopped being Packer fans over how they did Ray Rhodes. How they did Ray Rhodes. It's like it appears that they have a short tolerance for black players and black coaches than they do for the white ones. Like Ray Rhodes went 8-8 and got fired. Like how many? What's his name? I'm starting to forget his name. Packers old coach, Mike Sherman. Losing seasons, not fired. Mike Holmgren had a losing season or 2, didn't get fired. Mike McCarthy had a losing season or 2, didn't get fired. But Floyd, or not Floyd, but what's his name? Ray Rhodes, he has he has one bad season. Well, really it wasn't bad. He finished 8-8. And these people here was talking about, I don't like the way he looked. I don't he chews that gum. You're racist. You're a racist. Let me show you what racism is. Racist is when you have advantages that black people don't have, and you still want more. And you still judge them based on being black and try to bury them. That's racism. That's what it's starting to seem like they doing to Jordan Love. That's what it's starting to seem like. I mean, who doesn't incomplete passes? You ever play quarterback, like even on your block, like with the other kids? You're not going to complete every pass. You're going to throw interceptions. Last time I played quarterback, it was just a regular, where he's just playing around in the park. And I was playing quarterback. We was playing tackle. I was playing quarterback. And they weren't blocking that good. I remember this like yesterday. It was at Smith Park. It's a park in Milwaukee. We were playing tackle football, and I was playing the quarterback for a while. Right? Now check this out. This is how people is. This stuff been going on a while. So I threw like 3 touchdown passes, but I threw like 3 interceptions. And so on that 3rd interception, it's like one of the dudes was like, "Man, let me play quarterback, dog." Like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." So he played quarterback. He comes in, throws an interception practically right off the rip. Interception. And they ran it back. Pick 6. I'm laughing to myself. Jordan Love has to be laughing to himself. Like this, but what he doesn't realize is they're probably never going to be fair with him. Like Jordan Love, if Dak Prescott ever leaves Dallas, maybe Jordan Love should go down there. They'll give him a chance down there. You know, they'll give him a chance. Or Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta's going to give him a chance. Don't be surprised if Jordan Love gets traded to Atlanta. You know. But they'll give him a chance down there. Wisconsin, hey, Straw. I mean, and it's not all of them. It's not all of them. It's just a large portion. And I judge people by what they do. But I have noticed, I've been a fan since I've been a kid. We had Aaron Brooks. They didn't like him. They didn't give him a chance. Deshaun Kaiser, he wasn't like, they wasn't really giving him a chance. Brett Hundley didn't really give him a chance. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Lynn Dickey, Don Majkowski, Randy Wright, it was terrible. Randy Wright was terrible. Like the worst one of them all that I remember been watching football, like when I was real young, it was a quarterback named David Whitehurst. Me and my father, we just got a kick out of it. Me and my father used to be watching the game. My father would nudge me like, "Watch, he gonna throw an interception." Whitehurst dropped back. Interception. My father would just be laughing, just uncontrollable. And I'll be laughing. Like, wow. Then I'll go outside, David Whitehurst, and playing around, throwing interceptions. Starting to look racist, man. Starting to look racist, man. I've never believed, like, I play Madden, like, and I like to play franchise mode. I'm not a real GM, but I know from playing Madden how this thing goes. You know what I used to do? When I get, like, above the cap, and let's say I got a quarterback that's making a lot of money, but we not winning like that, I'll rebuild the whole team. I'll trade my quarterback, get the highest draft picks I can get. I would trade like my main players and just get picks, rebuild the team. And now I done built the team into a powerhouse. You got to realize basketball, football. Now, as far as Giannis, basketball works a little different. You got a superstar, you want to try to keep him. Like what the Bucks should have paid Giannis stayed. And Giannis should have stayed. Everything went right. And now, and Middleton, Like, people's like, oh, they shouldn't have paid. And I know I'm off subject a little bit. I'm finna close anyway. Oh, they shouldn't have paid Middleton that money. Look at Middleton now. And I said, okay, they need to have a big three, because we had our most success with the Bucks when we had a big three. Like back in the day, we had Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, torching people. Would have won the championship if they wouldn't have got cheated. Would have beat Iverson. Basketball works a little different. They're trying to make football work the same way. And if you notice, the teams that gave the quarterback all the money, like the Cowboys, like the Packers, Mahomes is not. See, Kansas City, they waited till they was under the cap to do that with Mahomes. But in a couple years, it's going to flip. Watch what I'm telling you. The Jaguars, if they can keep getting players, they going to be good. The Bengals going to be good. But the Packers, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys, maybe, how they had to trade Amari Cooper. All these teams that's giving the quarterback all that money, they're not going to be good. They're going to lose all their players. And I've played on football teams. The best teams that we had, me being playing on football teams from high school, even going back to flag football when I was a kid, the best teams that I've been on were the teams that had a good defense. You want to have and you hope to have a franchise quarterback, but you got to build up that defense, because every offense is going to score. You got to build your defense. Like, you got to, like, not just, again, I used to be a defensive back. You say, you kind of big to be, man, I gained about like 75 pounds. But anyway, you get your shutdown corners, at least one. Then after you get your shutdown corner, I believe in building from the back to the front. Some people say build your defensive line. Every defensive lineman, if you got shutdown corners, they gonna get covered sacks. So you want to get a shutdown corner. You want to get a linebacker who can read and react. Just a tough guy, like an alpha male type. Then you want to get a defensive lineman that's another alpha male type. You want to have alpha male types. You don't want to have these little sensitive. You need a sense man with sense. Not in football. You don't need no man with sensitivity in football. How is a man with sensitivity going to lead the team? A team full of alpha male. It's just not going to happen. That's why when we had Reggie White and Wayne Simmons, them two, they say, used to fight in practice, used to throw down, because they was both the alpha males. One of them was spiritual, the other one wasn't, so it was a clash. Like Reggie White is like, man, I asked you nicely to stop all that cuss. And Wayne Simmons would be like, F you, bleep, 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 and they'll get to fighting. I've heard the stories. Alpha males. You trying to build a team with a man of sensitivity. It's not gonna work. Hold on. This phone ain't never got no juice. Hold on. It's going dark. But I'm finna close anyway. So, I'm starting to think this Jordan Love stuff might be a little taste of racism. This is the truth, man. You got my truth on this. Some people might not agree with it. It's not factual, it's just based on observation. It's my truth. Like I told you, some things are the truth, some things are my truth. Thanks for watching. Packers. I stopped being like solely a Packer fan years ago. I'm going for the Raiders now. Like the Packers, like I'm always root for them. But this little racist stuff, now I see why some people not Packer fans no more. Like, I'm finna be rooting for the Raiders. Like, I told you the story of my playing days. So I feel like I always kind of root for the Raiders, but now I'm finna push them up the ladder. I do like the Browns. I like the Raiders. And I always say that wherever I live, I'm not going to be against the team there. I'm going to root for them. So now the Packers share the spotlight. In baseball, I'm strictly Brewers. Basketball, I'm strictly the Bucks, but wherever I live, I will root for the team. But football, I got side teams. I got the Raiders. I got the wherever I live. And I got the Browns. Like I've been cheering for the Browns ever since the drive with Elway. I wanted Elway to lose so bad. That hurt it back then. Y'all know the drive, man. Y'all can't. This little tight pants, all the stuff they do now. Y'all ain't got nothing on people who grew up in the 80s, experienced the early 90s, stuff like that. We had Beavis and Butthead. Wrestling. I kind of miss some things on wrestling, like that Ron Simmons stuff with Farouk and the DAMN. That stuff was interesting. I missed all that. Because I had the attitude that wrestling just not what it was when Sting and Luger and the Four Horsemen and Junkyard Dog and all of them was in their heyday, the Road Warriors. So I stopped watching. Like the John Cena, I really ain't seen too much. I couldn't tell you that much about him and The Rock. I know Bret Hart was good. Bret Hart always been good. Like in terms of entertainment, that little goofy moves he do when he's winning the fight. But thanks for watching. I've talked at length. I'll end this broadcast by saying, are the Packers being racist with Jordan Love?